do that. Hi, Krishna people. Oops, here we go. It's Madhuri Devidasi speaking, and as you know, I'm back on my desktop again to read the final part of the Karuna Virus. At this time, I have a nifty cheese right there. I mean, I had a weird idea to just put, bread program, cheese, bread program, and then you'll have a nice cheese sandwich. But you know, and yes, I did shaved, and it's in my room again. If you hear a buzz in the background, that's my AC unit because it's 31-degree outside. I cannot handle that temperature. Also, you can kind of see the altar. Garantai's out there. Okay. So the reason why I am reading on my desktop and not on my usual tablet is that I've discovered, unfortunately, that my tablet cannot record anymore. For some reason, I mean, it's just like I cannot save any picture on it. But the one good thing I have with the tablet is that I have ZTE, meaning, yes, I have internet. Alright. Okay, so we were. This is gonna be great. I can just feel it. A bit too much, I feel. Uh, okay. You won't have my face, but no big loss. Ain't that pretty anyway? So, you're obviously not here for my crazy reaction. You are here because you want to know what's going to happen in the Karuna Virus. So, in the previous one, we realized we have a bit more detail about who Zero is. So, it's not this amnesiac male Zero, it is the awakened Zero who is a Vaishnavi. So, big question is, how did that happen? Because last time we saw Zero, Zero was sealing himself. He was in a seal. He was practically, there's no other way but for me to just die. So now it's a Hare Krishna, and she's a girl. So what gives? Next part. Well, you had a bit of clue with the previous one. In this one, we'll get a bit more clues and a whole lot more questions. Okay, and also I love doing Fairy Leviathan's voice. She's fun. Oh, what do we have here? Fairy Leviathan playfully wondered under the greenish water of the underground oasis. Isn't it the one who crushed Fnaf and Bishi? My, he's prettier than I thought. And indeed, even through the murky water, Leviathan could clearly behold the pretty face of Zero as he kneeled on one knee by the water edge. His palms were folded, his eyes closed, as he prayed in front of the ancient submarine, an aura of peace and serenity emanating from the red legend. Ah, he's so pretty and strong and what a shame I have to kill him now. Leviathan lamented. She didn't want to destroy Mr. Dreamy, but the laws were the laws. He had trespassed on the secret oasis base and the last clean reservoir of water of the world at large. Well, he didn't destroy any computer. He just terminated some program. No, I think I'll let it slide for now. Let me at least give him a warning though. And maybe a short spar. Her decision made, the ice guardian emerged from the water. Zero did not even react to her. Such was his absorption in his meditation? Prayers? What is he praying at? Leviathan wondered. Probably not Master X. Those two were supposed to be equals in every way. Leviathan had heard the legend of Zero often, and while she knew of the myth, he was still shrouded in mystery. So to see the red hero of legend in the flesh, ooh, it gave the Blue Guardians goosebumps. Leviathan moved closer, her movement a tad clumsy out of her element, and her heels. Also, okay guys, to those who make video games, if you happen to find my video and listen this far, stop giving heals to highly mobile characters. It doesn't work like that. Having heals when you're fighting is begging for a broken ankle. The only one who has the right to wear heels is Bayonetta because she's over the top. But everybody else, no, 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 come on. Come on. It's just disgusting fan service right now. Just respect the girls. Respect what you're working with. I'm okay if the girls can kick, if the girl can kick some mean butt, but at least give her proper footwear and no breast flying here and there as she fights. I mean, there is such a thing as okay, there are some muscles under there. There's also very fragile breast tissues. And guys, do you know that what you feel in your testicles when you get hurt there, we feel it in our breast? Well, thankfully I don't. Because, I got blessed by that. But the more you have, the more painful it gets. And the more you have, the less movement you get. So think about it next time you're designing a girl protagonist or any love interest. If you want them sexy, don't make them fighters. Sorry, that was my totally non-Vaishnavic rant. Actually, the only lady fighter out there who has the right to wear practically no clothes is Kali. Because Kelly wears nothing but the head of the man who tried to take her, and their hands on the man's hands are her skirts. So she's only wearing flesh, and she will end you. She will utterly destroy you. So for her, that's okay. That's how she is. Everybody else, no. Nuh-uh. Please don't. I mean, come on, we're in the 21st century. I'm showing my inner feminism, but please, cover the girls. Okay, that was it. Zero was so pretty, even for such an old and obsolete model. There was something in the blonde reploid that just seemed to call out to the Ice Guardian. Something very old. Something ancient. Something... A shiver went up her nanotube as she leaned onto her spear, unable to rip her sight away from the beautiful blonde. There was something about this position, this aura. It was secret and attractive. Leviathan could see his lips moving, a small murmur emanating from them. So, what is Mr. Dreamy whispering? Leviathan thought, being very well versed in lip reading. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What in the world is that? I never heard a prayer like that. It sounded like Sanskrit. Maybe Ganesh Sheriff and Hanu Machine would recognize it. When you finish fixing them, of course. She cleared her throat loudly, her spear right in Zero's face. Oh, she didn't want to fight. Maybe. Finally, the Red Legend and the Resistance dog opened their eyes, revealing a pair of glowing amethyst. Leviathan froze. She had never seen eyes like this in all of her short life. Well, short. The four guardians I are more or less around 10 years of activations. So, yeah, they're not that old. He stared at her, just looking with those big purple eyes. There was no aggression, no fear, nothing but some slight surprise. But Leviathan had the distinct feeling that he was looking right through her, beyond her frame, beyond her DNA soul. Also, there is no such thing as DNA soul. The soul has nothing to do with the body. So, let's go back to the basic of the Bhagavad Gita there, guys. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the body is made out of five dull matter, five elements there is. Okay. So huh, there's wind, wind meaning the movement, the nerve. Those who have epilepsy, that's a wind problem in Ayurveda. There is okay, wind, fire, the fire of digestion. The heart also is fiery, so which is why people who are warm tend to have very, very red cheek. That's fire. So fire, water, earth, and sound. Well, sound is the first. So this is the element as per the no, I forget the name of this philosophy, but it's a philosophy of not well. This body is made out of matter, but the soul is made out of spirit. What is spirit? It is eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So no, you cannot grasp what is soul. Can you grasp eternity? No. Can you grasp bliss? Well, yeah, but not right now. Right now, you only have so little. You don't know what it is, and consciousness or knowledge. So right now we are conscious. You don't cannot know what is pure unconsciousness. Well, except in deep sleep. In deep sleep, you're unconscious. When you're awake, you're conscious. So, and that's eternal. All those three steps are eternal. It's just that right now we're identifying with the body made out of dull matter. It is a literal bag of flesh filled with blood. No, it's a bag of skin filled with blood, bone, pus, urine, stool, semen for men, more blood for women, gases in my case, and people will have worms. We're not that. And okay, beauty really is just skin deep. Because the moment you remove the skin, and the moment the skin starts to wrinkle and decay, then it's not pretty anymore. Only sickos are attracted to that. So, no, there's no such thing as your DNA holding your soul. Well, technically, every single cell in your body contains a soul. You know the mitochondria? That's a soul. That's another living entity. And you're the one who's in control of this whole thing. So, yeah, you have trillions and billions of souls who depend on you eating and breathing. So, that's food for thought. So, Zero tilted his head as he moved the spear the point away from his face. The reason why Leviathan did not react? Well, how would you feel if Zero were to look right at you? And, there's a bit of feeling for him, and it doesn't go as planned. Yeah, so Leviathan froze. Leviathan gave a sweet, chilling smile, trying to hide how the red legend affected her. And he's still cute as a button. Ah, curse my unsteady heart. You know this is a secret base, isn't it? A private military compound, she said instead. Where's the dot? Where's the... Yeah, I'm missing something, and I'm not so good at editing, I'll admit. He grunted as he got to his feet, standing a bit shorter than the heel-wearing Leviathan. Now that he was not neatly folded, The Blue Guardian could now fully appreciate how delicate yet well built he was. She could see tightly wounded muscles under the black carbon fiber reinforced skin as it remained on standby, lazily flexing like snake under a black layer of silk. Harpy and I have some competition, it seems, the Asgardian observed. Once again, the Red Legend really was a pretty thing that hid steel. A very, very pretty thing, made to look as deceptively delicate as possible. Zero tilted his head, his gaze never leaving Leviathan's own. He looked stricken. Finally, he opened his mouth and spoke. You look like him. Correction, she spoke. Leviathan put a hand on her hip. Of course, all the pretty ones have to be F models. Like who? Master X? Zero nodded, her eyes now soft. All the Guardians were based on this frame, right? Wait, all the Guardians were based on this frame, right? The Blue Guardian smirked. Not merely based on him. We are his perfect copies, made for the sole purpose of assisting him in his quest to keep the remaining humanity safe from Maverick, she boasted. I am Fairy Leviathan, the Ice Guardian of Master X, General of the Deep Sea Squadron. She gave a playful bow, still keeping Zero well in her sensors. I see. You may call me Zero paused. You may call me Zero, but Draupadi is preferred. Leviathan raised a perfect brow. Draupadi? So, not only did you change your gender, but you're also changing your name? Who said I switched? Zero shot back. Zero shot. Zero shot. Yeah, okay, this must be something from the Fatal Frame series. Thanks, guys. Legend said that you are Zero, an M-type Reploid with a deep voice and no mercy for his enemies, as confirmed by the Battle Nerd and Bishi. Zero's face blanked, fighting Fifnir and Sage Harpuya. A light came back on. Ah, yes. Them. She trailed off, her eyes downcast. Leviathan, I know I have no right to ask, but how is he? How's X? The legendary hero asked, her posture radiating concern for the master of Neo Arcadia. Is she? Oh my gosh, she is! She's worried about Master X! Leviathan crossed her arms. That's not for you to know, as you have just said. And no matter how cute you are, I will not betray his trust. Yes, even as an F model, Zero has quite the effect on Leviathan. Now I know why Fifnir was so eager to fight her again. It was Zero's turn to cross her arms. I see. It was nice to speak with you then. I hope we can meet again in better circumstances. She then turned her heels and proceeded to walk away. Leviathan, unwilling to let her go just yet, hopped on the front of the Red Ripper, her spear right onto Zero's chest, almost piercing the red Kevlar vest. Hey, not so fast, trespasser! I can't let you walk away scot-free. Zero looked at the spear in the back and back to Leviathan, looking remarkably unbothered. Let me guess, you want to kill me. It was not a question. No, not kill you. Maybe rough you up a little bit, though. Leviathan teased as she tilted her head. I'm not into fighting, unlike those two. But for you, I wouldn't mind playing a bit. She gave a coy smile. She could already see Zero, saber out, hair majestically flowing in the breeze as she fought with grace and terrifying strength. Oh, a shiver ran through her nanotubes, more than ready for a very satisfying fight. Zero looked at her. No, through her. Her purple eyes were impassive and heavy. She then nonchalantly took Leviathan's spear and twisted it out of the ice guard's hands, turning the weapon against her. The next thing Leviathan knew, she was on her back, Zero's boot on her neck, and two spears aimed at her vital points. How did? When did she? I didn't even see her move! Fairy Leviathan, Zero spoke with undeniable authority. I am sure you are a capable fighter, especially in your elements, but you and I are not on the same level. You've let your guard down the moment you saw me underwater. You let your guard down when you spoke to me, and even now, when you had me in a disadvantageous position, your guard was still down, and thus I could easily kill you with your blade. The legendary commander spoke as she mercilessly dressed down one of X's elite warriors, pressing the nitrogen spear to her core for emphasis. Your heels are also liability. You can't move as nimbly on land as in your elements. You need to work on maneuverability and Zero gave a wry smile. And please stop oogling your opponent. It makes you look like a complete newbie. And I already have someone waiting for me. Zero's cheeks reddened at the last part, and yet she never lost this fearsome countenance of her. So, who's the lucky one? Leviathan spoke as if she wasn't in the most embarrassing position in her life. She just saw through me. She wanted a good fight with a powerful opponent, not be made a fool. Wouldn't you like to know? Zero backpedaled, grinding a bit harder on Leviathan's neck. Yes, pretty please, with lots of meat crystals and an E-tank. Leviathan painfully begged as she hoped Zero would not crush her neck. Zero's violet eyes never left her, but Leviathan knew the legendary Reploid was calculating the pros and cons of this decision. I was just teasing her. Why would she even consider it? If I tell you who it is, will you give me a favor of my choice? Leviathan remained silent for a tiny bit. On one hand, Zero could ask her for anything, but on the other, she had a great opportunity to gather some dirt and a potential chip to control the powerful Reploid. It wasn't that Master X didn't know where the resistance base was. He was just too lenient on them, and whatever humans dared siding with the scrap Reploids. Deal. Okay. Deal. So spill it. Who's your boyfriend? Leviathan demanded from her shameful position, hiding how in both fear and awe she was at the living legend. X. Leviathan's eyes grew a fraction wider, and if not, not a fraction wider, they blew fully open. She's just trying not to show it. And if not for Zero's boot, her mouth would hang open. Oh, trash this. I have no chance now. I don't know my own legend, but I have a feeling X may have omitted that part. Zero stepped off the blue spear welder. Listen, Leviathan. I have no desire to make yet another enemy, especially one who looked like X. She planted Leviathan's ice control rod in the ground, making the blue guardian wince. Oh, please don't do that. The Leviathan mumbled as she got up from the ground, too shaken at the revelation to do more. And if Master X is your lover, then why do you oppose him? She asked as she got to her feet, still on guard. I just remember who I was not even 3 hours ago. But I'm still against his choice to call the Reploid over a lie. Zero revealed as she retracted her spear and her face darkening. Leviathan, I know where your loyalty stand, but do not be blind to what is happening around you. ex. Something is wrong with him. My ex. He would never put the need of humans above that of a Reploid, nor the opposite. Yeah, well, you were with him for over 100 years. You left him to fend for himself against legions of Maverick and the Calamity. Why the hell did you do that for anyway? Lover's quarrel? Leviathan's accused, accused ancient warriors, trying to get as much information as possible. Zero closed her eyes as a look of sheer pain twisted her features. Ah, what is this? The great commander of the zeroed units is showing weakness. Leviathan teased. She could have gotten a shot at a Reploid in red, but something told her not to. No, it was necessary. But the result was not as expected. Zero choked out a bit, her voice chip glitching. I had hoped X would be strong enough to keep going without me. A wry smile painted her lips. I guess I underestimated how the wars affected him. Leviathan, does X have or had anyone else in his life? Any close friends or Leviathan, taken by complete surprise by this type of question, took some time to answer. She crossed her arms over her chest. No, X Master X only has us, his guardians. But our relationship is not like yours, and I doubt anyone could reach him now. The Master of New Arcadia does not see anyone. Well, she and her siblings would sometimes see the Azure Legend once a week for a debriefing, but beyond that, Master X would remain alone in the nexus of New Arcadia. Does he cry sometime? Zero asked again. Leviathan raised a brow inquisitively. Cry? I don't even think he was programmed with emotions. Zero clenched her fist as she closed her eyes once more. I see. Leviathan, can you give him a message? The Blue Guardians and the only girls of the elite unit looked at Zero. For an enemy, her conversation with the Resistance dog had been pleasant and eye-opening. The Red Legend was not showing any type of aggression, unprovoked that is, and was not controlled by confused anger. She had been civilized and she definitely cared for her lover, even more, even after more than 100 years. She cared for Master, and those who cared for Master X were okay in Leviathan's book, as long as she didn't destroy any critical facilities anymore. Sure, I'll be your messenger of love. She put her hands on her hips and gave a playful mien. An amused smile lit up Zero's usually neutral face. Tell him to stop acting like a fool. I will take care of him soon and she licked her lips. And tell him to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. She recited out loud, the sound vibration touching something deep in Leviathan's core. What does it mean, and what do you mean by taking care of him? The mermaid-like general asked. There were so many ways to interpret taking care of someone. I mean what I said. I will be there soon, and I will take good care of him. And what I chanted was the everlasting peace formula. It makes people happy. She answered curtly with a bright smile. It has been a pleasure, Fairy Leviathan. I hope we will meet again in better circumstances soon. She bade the general goodbye, and the Red Legend was teleported out, leaving Leviathan alone with more questions than answers. Are all old Reploid this cryptic? She asked herself as she yanked her spear out of the solid rock Zero had jabbed it into. Well, I guess it makes more things more interesting then. And that's that. Thank you for watching, and you'll get to see the simple screen recorder again. Um, Also, to those who have read this far, um, well, here's a sneak peek to all I'm writing about. You may catch some spoilers, but hey, you know that. Let's say it's a little treat. So this is Identity Quest 2.0. Um, Identity Quest. This is um, How to Mend a Broken Heart. Oh, what is that? Midoriya? Tomura? Aww. Am I going to another fandom? Maybe. And here is the An Act of God. A Okay, this is a Karuna Virus. Oh, another one. Yeah. I'm writing over 10 stories right now at the same time. I need help. Please pray for me. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Goodbye. I hope I'll see you later. And yes, Piggy, thank you very much for your watching. Haribol.